Cosgrove.
Speaker, I raise a point of order. I note that we have a minister in the House who's got his earplugs in with listening to an iPad. Now, I just raised 2 points with you. There is a convention around telephones, cell phones and whatnot. I doubt whether the minister, Mr Ryle, can hear us because he's probably listening to Liberace or something like that, I'm not sure. But could you give us a ruling whether it is appropriate to listen to sort of Kylie Minogue or the top 20 in the House when you should actually be listening to the proceedings of the House, especially if you're on $250,000 a year as a minister? Could you find out?
I'm not sure what the minister's doing, but everybody in the House would be aware that... Order! I'm on my feet. Everyone would be aware that it's improper to use a cell phone in the House, and it should be turned off, and the minister should know that, if that in case is what is happening.
Was it Liberace? Mr. Speaker.
I call the honourable member Simon O'Connor.
Isn't there a paradox that we've been listening to an hour and a half of, this is an attack on workers, and then it's someone from the Labour Party who stands up and actually starts to point at someone who's actually doing some hard work in the House? I think the word is paradox.
Order. Just a minute, Mr Cosgrove. The member cannot refer to points of order that have just been held. The issue is closed. It's not for him to do so.
Mr. Speaker, I thought it was purely hypothetical and coincidental.
You just made 2 definitive rulings, and I know the member's a new member, but you made a very, very clear ruling that it's not appropriate to challenge the chair. He does it again. You have some course of action available to you, sir. Speaker.
Order. I call the honourable member.
The member on his feet had barely begun. He wasn't even halfway through his first sentence. I challenged that member to say how he could possibly have known what he was
Order. I know it's one of those debates. I just asked the members to show some restraint. I've called the honourable member. Would he please get on with his debate? Now, chaos may be the parent of creation, but in this place we will have order.
Indeed.
I've just given a ruling. The Honourable Clayton Cosgrove.
I think it is important, sir, because the chair has ultimate authority in this House. And the point was made that I was being challenged in respect of my conduct. Take your point of order. The reason I knew that the member was out of order because the whip may note the Speaker leapt to his feet and ruled he was out of order. Wakey.
Order. There's... Mr Cosgrove, you were doing exceptionally well, and then you had to ruin it right at the end. I call the honourable member Simon O'Connor. Right.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I'm all for order out of chaos. I think the original Hebrew or Aramaic is tohu wabohu. But as I was saying, hypothetical and paradoxical is an element of what we've heard tonight, as we've heard a number basically of philosophical positions being put forward. One of the primary ones is the whole Hegelian element of master and slave. We've heard of power dynamics, which is delightfully Marxist, and for some who want to be slightly more modern, it's very Foucault. The problem with all of those people, firstly, they don't know what we're talking about. The second side is, of course, those are names of a past and discredited philosophy. Mr. Speaker, this bill is not hypothetical, it is not paradoxical, it is about balance and it is about trust. This is about rebalancing dynamics within the employment sector. And we've heard a number of things here tonight, but I've only got a few moments to speak to it. The first is around the whole meal and rest breaks. Most of us have enjoyed it in different ways. This doesn't get rid of them. This just steps away from being prescriptive. This is about maintaining a clear signal to employees and employers that they can negotiate these breaks. It doesn't get rid of it. And it's all about flexibility. At the ultimate end, this is about trusting Kiwis. Yes, we hear power relationship again, old term Hegelian philosophy. This is about trusting Kiwis. This is about trust, and this is about balance. This is moving away from the hypothetical and the paradoxical. This is moving on to real good legislation. I commend the bill to the House.
Oh, great speech. Order. I'm just about ready to give out a yellow card. The question is that the motion be agreed to. Those of that opinion will please say aye. Aye. The contrary, no. No. The ayes have it. Noes have it. Party vote call for. The clerk will please conduct the party vote. Thank you.
New Zealand National,
59 votes in favour.
New Zealand Labour,
33 votes opposed.
Green Party,
14 opposed.
New Zealand First,
7 opposed.
Maori Party,
2 votes opposed.
Mana,
1 vote opposed.
ACT New Zealand,
1 vote in favour.
United Future,
1 in favour.
Brendan Horan.
1 vote opposed.
Any other votes?
Thank you. Honourable members, the ayes are 61, the noes are 58. The motion is agreed to.
Employment Relations Amendment Bill, first reading.
Therefore, the question before the House, honourable members, is that the Employment Relations Amendment Bill be considered by the Transport and Industrial Relations Committee. Those of that opinion will please say aye. Aye. The contrary, no. The ayes have it. We now move to Government Order of the Day number 4.
Local Government, Auckland Council.